Okay, hey everybody. Hello Pioneers, Space Cat here again, and we are going to start it up where we left off, which was just finishing up our first coal power plant of four coal plants, and we're going to start getting into steel next. But before we do that, we're going to use one of our nodes to start producing rips at on 120 ore a minute instead of 60. So we are going to use rips for that part. Other than that, we're not going to use rips for conveyors much longer, if at all. But I'm going to spend 5 minutes getting this thing going, so we just have more rips going into the middle game. Another thing is, I was talking to my kid, and he's like, you might want to put arachnophobia mode on. So I did that. The spiders don't bother me. I do know that they bother other people, including him. And what else? After we get steel going, we are going to open up the cave and start getting our real silica factory going, as well as some sand ore, most of which we're just going to sink right now, but will be useful, hopefully, in the mid-game. And we're going to research a couple of the hard drives that we have. A note about the hard drives. I mentioned this as I've been playing, that there are some that I'm looking for, but what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to scum save the hard drives, which means, rolling them, and then if you don't get what you want, you re-roll them, and if you still don't get what you want, you go back to the save that you just did and do the whole thing again. We're going to work with what we get. Now, are there ones that I definitely want to see? Absolutely. I want to see iron pipes as soon as possible, because it allows me to, it's not a great recipe for the whole game, but it's really good to push through this part of the early game, because it lets you use all your steel for beams, which turns into T3 conveyors, and that makes your whole factory a lot faster. I would like to see cast screws is all right, stitched iron plates, really good. But in the mid game, there's some that I would say I quote unquote need. Need being heavy oil residue, silica circuit board, and those will probably actually, grind out a few hard drives for those. We'll have the backpack at that point. We'll have turbo fuel at that point, hopefully. So it'll be easier to kind of swoop around the map and get those hard drives. For right now, we have two. There's one right below us. So we'll do that one as well when we go down to do steel. And we'll roll and see what we get. And we're just gonna stick with it. I mean, obviously, we're gonna do our re-rolls. But, I'm not overly concerned, and I'm definitely not going to scum save. So anyways, all right, Pioneers, let's get into it. All right, so we just built this thing last time we were here. And what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade the whole thing to tier 2 right now. And for that, we need lots of rips. And this is the only piece of the factory I'll upgrade to tier 2 right now. The reason I don't use tier 2 belts is, we got a bunch of crap. Let's see. That, we don't need that. Tier 2 belts are basically, they're fine. They're really good, actually, but there's other things we need to do with our rips right now besides spend them on tier 2 belts. And I already know we're going to need more plates, and we have a ton of rods, so do that. What we've got over here, screws. Okay, and then I want to really quickly just research, make one power shard so we can get that research going. I'll just take a couple seconds. Let's go back. I was wondering where and then we're going to do hard drives after that. As I said, I knew I was going to need more plates.
Overclocking development completed. Power shards can now be inserted into all buildings to increase input and output speed.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm
I'm
gonna tear all this
Power
down
consumption of overclocked buildings
because
increases exponentially.
this is obviously a little wasteful, but I kind of wanted to just show what my plan was going into this. The reason I'm tearing this down is because I know for a fact that I'm going to miss one little tier 1 belt, and everything's going to be slow, and I'm going to take forever to try to figure out why. So it's just easier to do this. So yeah, again, built this last episode to just show you kind of what we were going to do as a basic. And this won't take long to rebuild. We already got the power done and everything. That's really all that matters. These we can do. Alright, so let's get our... Oh, 4 and 5. Alright, so you upgrade. You upgrade. Because these splitters are really close, I know it'll be really hard to upgrade those, so we're just going to do this. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna get 80 on this belt, right? Yep, so that's good. And then we can use the Mark 1 belts here because they'll split off. Same with this. We don't need to upgrade the belts here because we're only gonna get 60 out, so that's fine. So that's really the only places we needed to upgrade the belts. So yeah, let's take you down. Let's get this thing up and running as fast as possible. So we've got more rips for steel. That's when you really need the tier 2 to get you started. That's not super pretty. Still saying iron, good. Let's see. There. Got to you up. Okay. Just coming out. Sorry about the jumping and flying around. I'll try to do less of it. I know it can be a little tricky. Okay, splitters. It's hard to come from a game where you have full tech and then do kind of a low tech playthrough. So I'm used to having the hover pack right. Okay, so the main thing I'm looking for here to make sure there's no slowdown is I want to see this belt full. This should be exactly 120. Oop. Why aren't you on? Oh. If I turn the power on. So this belt should, once it fills up, should have no gaps in it. All right, I can already tell that we're doing pretty good with that. And another thing that you want to look for is when you're doing these really simple kind of balances, this should never be more than 1. If it's more than 1, you've got a kink in your system somewhere. All right, so let's see, our screws are first now coming in. We got 80 on this belt. They're going to split off into 30 and 30, so we don't need to upgrade those belts. And same with This belt, we just have 60 coming through, so we don't need to upgrade those belts. And pretty soon, we're gonna have rips at about, oh, how many did they make? 10 per minute. And I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I don't have the exact correct ratio. I'm gonna have to steal screws because these are making 40 per minute. And these want 60 per minute. So one thing I could do is overclock, or I can just keep some screws in my pocket and manually feed while we do other stuff too. That is what we're going to do. All right. Frames to get steel going. What do we need? Some rotors. I think I made some rotors. And then we're not going to bother with, let's see. Get some rotors. Do anymore. Don't do anymore. Because those are the two that we've got over. And so, one thing to make sure that you're running efficiently is make sure all your green lights are on. And again, make sure there's no slowdowns. It's normal for this thing to fill up with more ore than, say, this one. That's just the nature of manifolds. And same with this. There's going to be more iron in here than there will be down here for a while. But here's the thing we need to know. We're using 30 here, 30 here, 30 here, and 30 here, which is 120, which is exactly what these boys are making. So sometimes if you want to like rebalance a little bit, and I have 100 iron in my pocket for this reason, we'll just put them in here, and then everything should start working at 100% basically, except for, as I mentioned, we're going to have a little bit of a slowdown on screws, so we'll put some extras. And we'll just jump start this a little.
Milestone reached. Coal and iron can be combined in the foundry to start steel production. Project part number 2, the versatile framework, can only be created via automation, not at a crafting bench.
And I'm
Delivering
jumping around
these
again,
to the
sorry.
space elevator is essential if we are going to complete phase 2 of project assembly and save the day. Fix It and humanity is relying on you.
We've got more than enough power to do what we need right now. What we need right now is to more concrete. Oh, I never split that? That was not that big of a, I don't think it was full for that long. Let's go back to these. That goes there. There. Beautiful. All right. We're going to go set up beginning of steel. Actually, that's thinking. No, that's not it quite yet. Let's go get some rotors and let's get our zip line. do someone at my door. Be right back. All right, and we're back. Beginnings of our foundries. So for our foundries, we need rotors and frames, and that's really all we need right now. 2 foundries is enough right now. Got to scan the hard drive. It's annoying. Alright, so let's see. I think we have enough stuff to go. We are going to set up our foundries right over in this direction where I'm looking. There's a iron ore up here, and then we got some coal right there, these 2 coal nodes. And we're also going to take this copper and do some sheets with it. Then we're going to go in that cave, and there's SAM ore and quartz in there. That's kind of what we're gunning for. Okay, again, since I don't have anything to kill these guys from afar, I'm going to do the old sneak up on them method. Especially with this stupid zapper that takes a while to kill anything. I'll just sneak up on this one. This one we can just fight. Did I forget to? I didn't make the zip line yet. Should do that. The zip line's pretty good at this stage in the game. What do we need? We just need 1 Xeno zapper. Let's get rid of that. Won't play anymore. I'm going to assume that if you're watching this video, you know what the world grid is. If not, ask in the comments and I will explain. But we're snapping everything we do to the world grid. Before I set this up, I'm going to wait to see what the hard drive I got was. Because if we get solid steel ingot, it'll change the way we build. We'll have to see what. Stop. Seriously? All right, these should be putting out 60 each. We're gonna pipe these directly into the foundries. So foundries take 45 each of coal and steel. I'm sorry, coal and iron. I want. It's fine. I'm dawdling a little bit because I want to see what I get from. Seriously. So annoyed. My own damn fault. Alright, get that going and we'll head back to base now. I have enough rips to split. Let's see what our MAM does first, though. Come on, get up there.
Hard drive analysis completed. Alternative recipe selection available in the MAM.
Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. That's going to change what we're going to do right now. Oh, we clearly have a backup somewhere. How did that happen? It's easy to figure out. All right, so we got our steel pipes. That's nice. Again, not the best end game recipe. There's way better ways to make iron pipes, but pretty solid in the mid game, in my opinion. And as we said, we got to come back every now and again just to do some hand feeding until we get our base fully set. All right. A milestone. Care about vehicles.
Milestone reached. The Xeno Basher is a direct upgrade from the Xeno Zapper. In the words of the engineer that first developed this tool, quote, "The Zapper kind of electrocutes things, the Basher straight up smacks stuff, while also electrocuting them," unquote. It is beneficial during encounters with aggressive fauna and has been tested thoroughly. The engineer's noble sacrifice for Xeno research will not be forgotten, whoever they were.
So I'm changing a few orders in which I was going to do things because we got iron pipes. So let's just start making them. We're going to need lots of them. And we want to make sure we get back before those 200 beams are finished because we don't have a box for them yet. Which I think we should do. Again, that internal clock is good. Fortunately, we don't have enough rips to make this efficient as I'd like to, but that's okay. We'll just let them trickle in. Now, this wants 100 ingots a minute, so we're only going to be making 60 right now. And even if we had tier 2, this doesn't really, get decent until you have about 240 ore coming in. But it will help us get started. And the best part is that we don't have to... Got some more skill, man. The best part is that we get to use all the steel we're making right now on beams. All right. Sure. What am I missing? Oh. Sure. All right. All right, let's just make sure our pipes are working. Yep, they're great. Good. All right. Okay, let's head back down to our steel production. Let's see how much do we. I think we have enough. Oh my God. Actually, while we're here, let's take this. Gonna double check the power really quick. I think this thing's 100, if I recall. 120, which at this part of the game could definitely crash with. Don't want to fight him. Alright, can we spare it? Production 300. Yeah, we can. Always make sure to disconnect these things, otherwise they'll
Damaged
just
hard drive
keep
successfully acquired.
eating
All
your
pioneers
power.
are contractually obliged to preserve and secure any recovered hard drives for analysis in the MAM, which may result in benefits to the Fix-It mission. Speculation as to why there are crashed freighters in your Fix-It designated zone is discouraged as specified in your contract.
to drop it. All right, let's see how many are sitting in here. Still working. I like it. Boom. Excellent. Okay. Let's upgrade this belt to 120. Okay, this angle is a little off. Just reduce a little bit. Nope. Let's check our MAM first, see what we got. Don't care about any of those. Not right now, anyways. I think more. Need we could use conveyor one belt here. There we go. Let's see if we can back up. Oh. All right, you're making 45, so we need belt 2. want 60 a minute, and we are making 90 a minute. It's alright. We'll get there. $14 a minute out, so. Perfect. All right, so now there's not much to do but wait for rips so we can get to the next thing. So let's go get some. Let's go find some kitty cats. Gonna need some reps. I think we can make some though on the fly. We don't need too much stuff. We need at least 2 constructors. Ideally, yeah, that's fine for now. And then we're gonna just start syncing all of this right now. Build up some tickets, along with, I think I just picked up like computers, and we're gonna sync those too, just to get some more parts, basically. I've never seen the cat mode before. Kind of funny.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Initial data suggests these are predators, but notably they do not have a traditional mouth or eyes. There are, however, numerous cavities on their head which could fulfill a similar function. Research the remains in the
I'm
lab
not sure
to
if I like
establish
that.
classification and potential countermeasures.
I wouldn't really want to go down here without this. One of the reasons I got this, the sword, is because it can kill these little guys with just swipe to the back. And much harder to deal with just the beginning zapper. All right, we need 3 of these. And we're not gonna make anything pretty in here yet. We don't. Here, or we might never make anything pretty in here. Really don't really come back. Well, we will eventually be belting everything out of here. Hi, kitties. Shotguns. Where is it? I hear it. Oh my god, it's freaking me out.
The strange alien matter, colloquially known as SAM, seems to be in its dormant crystalline state, meaning it won't break down your body into its base atomic components on touch. This living matter is extremely versatile and has countless applications. Research it in the MAM to establish locally appropriate classification and application, as well as a secure method of awakening.
Fortunately, where's that up? Our MAM is doing other stuff right. Alright, almost done. You see, that's why you want to be careful with your MAM usage, because we don't have anything to do with this right now. Because we haven't, well, we haven't researched it, right? So. Please put the belt in there. So we can't do anything with that yet. What did I do? Awesome power cult. Okay, let's get an awesome sink down here, and we'll start getting some more tickets so we can get through these tiers a little bit faster. It looked like I needed 5 plates, I think. So right now in the back burner, I got pipes working, I got frames working, and really we're gonna wait on these 400 grips, probably. All right. Missing wire. Ah. Steel rotor's really good. If you have iron pipes, yeah, I think we're gonna do that. It's not the absolute recipe I'm looking right now, but it's certainly not bad. Okay. Attack. That.
Strange alien matter analysis completed. Dormant crystalline SAM can now be found with the resource scanner. In its dormant state, it is safe to handle without special equipment and can be stored indefinitely. Research for enabling the reanimation of dormant SAM is now available.
Fill the rivers with blood and let the effigies defile our temples. The sun will follow.
SAM reanimation recipe unlocked. SAM can now be safely awakened, provided it is contained. Meaning, if not contained in special electromagnetic storage, it tends to start breaking atomic bonds of any matter it has physical contact with, and reconstructing it into easily transportable resources.
Scripture and blood compose harmony. Follow our hallowed temple halls and listen to the echoes of your ripples. Our bones are more beautiful than yours.
The remains researched belong to an organism with 8 jointed legs, similar to the legs of arachnids but with non-standard distribution and function. Because its attacks focus on stabbing prey with the ends of their legs, which resemble insectoid stingers, they have been dubbed stingers. Stinger remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration. Research completed. Alien protein can now be turned into biomass or alien DNA capsules. In addition to being used for research, the invaluable alien lifeform data in these capsules can be traded for fix-it coupons at the Awesome Sink. We guarantee the best capsule to coupon exchange rate anywhere on this planet. Research to develop the rebar gun is now available. When completed, you will be in possession of a tool effective against any local obstacles actively objecting to the Fix-It mission.
All right. Okay. We're not going to sink the SAM yet because I'm going to need it. Let's see what our power looks like. Yeah, getting close. So we're going to start burning our bio. So that means it's time to get some full part 2 work in here soon. I think there's a mercer spear here. Huh? You're it. Come on. The zipline's good. I like, you sort of jump up on the thing and it kind of works, but it's a little finicky, obviously. Alright, so we should be backed up here, and we are. And we're backed up here, yeah. Makes sense. You know what? $67. Everything gets better with Logistics 3. Logistics 4 I have a little bit of a love-hate with. I still really don't know if it's worth it. I mean, obviously you have to get it. How do I... There's a way to... Yeah, see how it, like, climbs up? It's very finicky, though. I do it all the time, but I don't exactly know what I'm doing to do it. Alright, guessing we got a good 150 reps. Let's see. 200. Alright, sink. I know some people wouldn't do this. I don't mind. I kind of like having the earlier coupons.
Fix-It sees what you did there. How creative. I have also been creative. There is something extra special for you in the awesome shop. It is a marvel of technology. It is truly the shape of the future. I will be sad if you do not use it and love it, and tell any friends you make in the future all about it. Milestone reached. Improved storage containers and the conveyor belt Mark III provide the obviously necessary tools for improving your current setup. Production speed is of the essence after all. So work hard. Work as if every person you have ever or will ever love is depending solely on the choices that you make. Because they are. Warning. Fix-It psychologists recommend not dwelling on the crushing mental and physical strain of your responsibilities and simply continuing to be productive. Hard work has repeatedly proven to be the best cure for any kind of stress. Now back to work.
All right, so I think we're going to leave it right here. I know I talked a lot less in this one. There's a little bit more concentration on a couple things. So what we're going to do next, actually one thing I do want some rows. And now that we got steel rotors, this is really good because we can use all of our iron now for rips and frames, basically. We don't have to worry about screws. It's a really nice nice little piece of tech there. But if you notice, we are dipping into our backup power. So the next thing we need to do is definitely get coal, and we better actually check these bio burners because we can blow a fuse. Oh yeah, we got some ish. We got some ish. Yep, definitely has some issues. All right, we need to slow down a little. When this is done, this will take some of that strain. Still dipping it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. I think we'll be able to get some coal working before then. But we're gonna have to kind of manually do it. Meaning I gotta make a bunch of rotors and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna actually go get that coal power done before I log off. Alright, so we need some sheets, which we still haven't automated yet, but we will very soon. Rips we got in the bag. By the way, I'm not syncing any animal stuff yet because I wait to do all of that once I get the summer sloop double output unlocked, because it actually is more like quadruple output. I'm sure everybody knows that pretty much. So we just don't mess with that for a little while. Plates. I just bang out this real quick. That. Concrete. We're just going to use tier 1 belts for this coal as well. Then we'll actually set up a for real coal system up in the Crater Lakes after this. This is just our very beginner kind of coal setup. This, for instance, is not what we'll use to get into oil and whatnot. And then we'll end up tearing this coal plant down so we can use the coal down here for more steel if we need it. Yeah, I'm not super worried about how pretty it looks. Not for this, anyways. nudge here to make sure it's lined up. And let's get my logistics. I usually keep this on 9. Now, I'm sure a lot of people, you know, the correct ratio of water to fuel generators is 3 to 8. As long as you don't put them all so if you had all your water generators here, feeding into this pipe, okay, so they weren't here, just feeding into this pipe only holds 300 water. So, and we're putting out 3 times 120, 360, okay? So if you put them all on this side and put them down, it would not reach the final generator. But since we have this over here, might even be better if it was a little bit farther over here, this one's mainly going to handle these 2 guys, and, you know, these guys will push a little bit this way as well, and it should be fine. But again, remember, these pipes only hold 300. And with 8 generators, you need more than that. You need 360. We'll see. This is gonna kind of come up on and off for a little bit until and we can kind of solve that because we should have some extra. We might have extra coal up here. But if you got your things balanced right, like one thing you should always do is check. This has been running for a while, that's why it's full. But now that it's not full, we've got 60 coal coming out on a 60 per minute belt into a 60 per minute machine setup. So there should never be anything in the miner. That's in my opinion, the easiest way to sort of diagnose a problem. If you know you're having something like this and you're not sure why, this is just because it just takes a little while to fill up. And once it stabilizes, these should stay on the whole time. So we can take 50 from here and put it in here. And this is one of those things where people, you know, some people prefer load balancing over manifolds. I think manifolds are just simply a lot easier. You're going to get this at first, but what you'll notice, this first one that's getting fed, he's going to slowly go up. He'll hit 100, and then this guy will slowly go up, and then this guy, etc. Oh. I forgot that was not the one that... Wait, which one is new? Oh yeah, okay. Go. Yeah, you got 100. Why were you shut off for a second? No fuel. I think I stole fuel from the wrong one. To do my example, I actually took it from the last machine instead of the first machine. But at any rate, these will all stabilize here, and they should be nothing but green after a while. But yes, load balancing does make it safer to start up, for sure. I don't think it's a water issue. I think it's just... I think I just took coal from the wrong machine. All right, so we solved our power issue for now. What we're gonna do next is let's see if we got some extra coal in. Okay, yeah, let's wrap it up here. We've got our power issue solved for now. We're producing straight, good steel. We've got iron pipes happening up there. Once we get to advanced steel production and Mark II, we're going to rebuild that whole base back there with Mark II miners, which put out 240 ore, which travels on the Mark III steel belt. And once we do that, we'll get our rips, rotors, and frames set up, as well as start fixing our copper inputs and start making stators into motors because we'll need them soon enough. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Space Cat out, and stay efficient, pioneers. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, let's see what our time is here. All right, 3.5 hours for tier 3 belts. That's definitely slower than I thought it would be. But yeah, probably a little too much. It's not like we're not hitting our target, but it definitely could have been a little bit faster. All right, peace out, everybody. Bye.